This video is not just about Hellblade Senua's sacrifice, though it is a perfect example of the idea I'm about to share. And it is one of my favorite games of all times. I can go on for hours what a masterpiece Hellblade is, but who has that kind of time? Hi, I am Not-a-witchr, and I'm not good at cosplay, as you can probably tell. But this video is about Hellblade, so I just couldn't resist and dressed up like a Celtic warrior. One thing has bothered me when I first heard about this game. The creators of Hellblade stated many times that the game portrays psychosis. And after them, all game journalists and all YouTubers have repeated this. But wait, does that mean that everything Senua experiences is not real? Is it a product of her shattered psyche, a hallucination? Am I the only one who sees a big fat spoiler here? Like, it is not happening, it is not real. Do they mean to deprive me of immersion? And yet, even despite all that, I felt like I was there beside Senua, witnessing all that horrors that she was going through, and even more horrifying memories of her past. I just cannot express with words how real and meaningful hell in the game is, how it all is full of moments of overwhelming sadness and burning resentment. In that moments in the game, I wasn't thinking, thank gods, it is all just an illusion in the mind of a crazy person. No, in that moments, I was thinking, hell is other people. It may be that the reason why Senua's story so deeply touched me is empathy. Two of my closest friends have history of struggling with their mental health up to the point of suicide attempts. It is true that I always empathized with neurodivergent people, while I always thought of myself as just plain and boring. And I always loved fantasy stories more than any other genre or setting. But strangely, the connection to the real-world mental health themes in Hellblade does not make it less fantastical or even mythical. It makes it more believable, and thus makes the fantasy part more real. Like, when I try to imagine what the world was for people 1200 years ago, I think that they saw everything around with different eyes than we could even begin to imagine. They didn't have knowledge or even names for many natural phenomena that we today learn in school and learn not to be afraid of. And so I like to think that for a person in that pre-Christian era, myths were real. They lived in a world full of unknown horrors and sometimes true marvels. So basically, any fantasy or mythical story could be rooted in real experiences of a person who believed in gods and spirits and had a hard time telling the difference between what is possible and real and what is not. But as for me today, with all my knowledge and the whole scientific paradigm, I often find it hard to believe in the fantastical and supernatural parts of many stories in games or movies or books. And what can really make me see the world through the character's eyes is not the explanation by the author of everything I witness. It even hurts the immersion most of the times. What I really want is for the authors to understand everything that they describe, but at the same time to show it to me only through the character and through the setting of the world. And that makes me not an observer, but a participant. That is true immersion. In Hellblade specifically, all that is happening to Senua is real to me, because I feel like I'm so close to the narrative. Like I'm one of the voices in her head, but you know, the silent one. And so, I choose to believe that it is all real, that Senua really did went to hell to save the soul of her beloved Dillion. And no, Hellblade is not a game about mental health. No more than Assassin's Creed Origins is a game about the death of a child. If I would describe what Hellblade is about in one simple sentence, it is a game about evil and what saves us from it. Take it as you will, but better just play the game if you haven't. You will see what I mean, and maybe you will love it in the way I do. the amazing work that the developers have done, the amount of details they recreated in the game, and the attention to the experience they wanted for the player to have. This is what makes Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice a masterpiece. When I'm filming this video, Hellblade 2 Senua Saga just came out, but I haven't played it yet, and I cannot wait to play it. So thank you for watching, and as always, take care and farewell.